All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for everybody who just got tuned into PT World. You're watching World this morning alongside Maha Makhdoom and Shazad Khan. Today, earlier, we were talking about all the top stories, then we were talking about the film Varna, then we had a public service message, and later on, we definitely shared the promo of Varna, which was looking a very promising promo because of the fact that all of those people who are working in the film are somehow related to us. So Maha, now, since we wanted to talk about entrepreneurs, and it's
Hilarious.
not just that, at the age of 30, I might not have tried any businesses. So you being my age fellow as well, haven't you tried any
I'm a
businesses?
little bit older than you, but yeah. No, I have. I have tried, I think, about 2 or 3 businesses in my life.
All right, so tell all our viewers one by one.
Because I always wanted to work for myself, and I was really bad at waking up in the mornings. And I'm getting better now, obviously. But so basically, I started a company called Secrets of the Sea.
Secrets of the Sea.
It was, I was getting soaps, handmade soaps made from Palestinian workers, made in Israel, and I was getting them shipped over, and I was thinking about trying to sell those in England and reaching out to different, retail stores, etc. However, there's already such a lot of Dead Sea salt products there. It really didn't work, and it was completely natural. It was all glycerin based, and I still have some of them. Like, they're really amazing because I got wads of them, and I couldn't get rid of all of them. So now we still have lots of salt, and they're really pretty, and they've got like the yellow and green and orange. So that's what I started. And actually,
before we move on, I want to discuss over that because this is what we are sharing with people. Now, didn't you realize before, importing all of those soaps into England that people over there does not really use soap much? They use tissue papers.
No,
Really?
what? Of course they use soaps. You use soaps to wash your hands, to wash your face, to wash your
Once
body.
a day, I think. That's
No.
that's what I've witnessed in England. They take a shower once a day and that's it.
How many showers do you take in a day?
1, 2, 3, depending on the environment.
How dirty are you?
Yeah, okay, so what happened
No,
then?
anyway, so, I did the whole, I used to wake up at 6 in the morning, go to the meetings about, all the small, the small, medium enterprises. So they used to get together because the bigger businesses do really
Did you
affect.
try reaching to Tesco and all of these people?
Oh, yeah, but I didn't even get to that point. I was going for the more smaller ones. But anyway, it didn't work, basically, because once I finally got some people who were interested, when I went back to the person who was the middleman giving me the soaps, the price increased by 10 times.
Oh my God.
So then I decided to drop it.
But then, okay, I
but the thing
want
is,
to
I
share
never
my
sold
experience.
anything on that, nothing ever.
It's still there.
It's there.
But at least you're saving your household costs by using the same soaps over and over
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
So yeah, this is a profit too. Okay, now I'm going to share my experience, and this is, I probably think that this is the type of condition you need to be in to become an entrepreneur or to emerge as an entrepreneur. Now the first part is that since when we were kids, for example, when I just got done with my O levels, and I asked my father for a cell phone, that please can you buy me a cell phone, and he bought me the cheapest cell phone which was available in the market. I don't know why. He might be able to afford a good one, but then he was like probably that you're a kid and this is the one you should use. So what I started doing was that when I got my first cell phone, and then always there was this urge where I wanted to change my cell phone. And every time I would go up to my father and ask him that, oh, can I have another a phone, he would say no. So what I decided was to save a bit of money and sell my previous phone and buy a newer one. Well, it wasn't really a pin pack or a zero-meter phone, but I'll buy a used one in a cheaper cost and then sell it to somebody else. Because people of my age were destined to buy good cell phones.
Okay, well, that's a very entrepreneurial thing. But now, let's go for a short break because we have been joined by our guests, and we're going to talk about entrepreneurship within Pakistan and the opportunities here. And we've got a wonderful panel lined up. Do stay tuned.
Oh my God. Good morning.
The largest cultural activity in Pakistan is the annual National Folk Festival, Lok Mela, held in Islamabad in October each year. Over the past 2 decades, this festival has taken on an international flavour, and more than 20 different countries have sent their artisans and performers to participate in the festival. Nationally, the festival has become a thing of pride for artisans and performers who come on their own to participate. Most important of all, the provinces of Pakistan and Azad Jammu and Kashmir put up beautifully decorated pavilions, and visitors had the unique opportunity to see an assortment of Pakistan's traditionally rich culture in the federal capital of Islamabad for an exciting 10 days. An exhibition of artisans at work under the banner of the Heritage Museum forms the core of this festival. Pavilions of each province depict their own regional culture and crafts. The Research and Media Centre of Lok Virsa arranges groups of dancers that perform all over the festival grounds, inviting visitors to join in, and in the evening arranges music concerts from all parts of Pakistan. This festival is a true depiction of the diversity found in Pakistani culture. Fairs and Festivals of Pakistan.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for staying tuned. You're once again watching PD World and watching World This Morning. Alongside Maha Makhdoom and Shahzad Khan. Today we're talking about entrepreneurship. We have shared our experiences. Now it's about time that we share experiences from all those people who are over here in the studios as guests today.
Exactly. And so we have been joined by Faisal Pervez. He's a UK-based Pakistani. He's an entrepreneur who is in hair and cosmetics. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. Besides Faisal Pervez, we've been joined by Abiola Mashood Atabatele. He is Nigerian, but he's been in Pakistan for a very long time. He's an entrepreneur. He's a motivational speaker. He's an actor. He acted in the play Siachin. He is the CEO of Pious Enterprise, Web Market 8, and Web Expert.
And my telekinesis tells me that you know Urdu too.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I feel like I pronounced one of them.
Walaikum salam. Kaise ho?
Allah ka shukr, bilkul theek thaak.
Thank you so much for joining us. And besides Abiola, we've been joined by Andrea Kalina. She is a German visitor. You're a tourist, and that's entrepreneurship in itself. So thank you so much for joining us today. Right, so let's get the conversation started.
I want to get started with the basics of entrepreneurship. Why do you think that you will be a successful businessman?
Yeah, why did you get into it?
Why did I get into it?
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
Because we talked about our stories, and
why didn't you
I
look
failed.
for a job? Why did you wanted some security to your own self? Why did you wanted to leap where you can't even see?
Yeah. So why did you decide that entrepreneurship business, this is the way to go?
There's so many different ideas at the moment you can create and like basically create yourself and make things happen, especially now with Pakistan moving forward also. There's a lot of talent here, I have discovered. Basically, a lot of people are using these Asian countries as a back-end system at the moment for the labour side of it or the technology side of it even is also.
Okay, so now...
So while we were going through the profile, it says hair and cosmetics, right?
Because that's the thing, like you said, there's lots of ideas, but this is like, for example, so my soaps, there was lots of soaps when I decided to go into that business, which didn't work. So hair and cosmetics is very competitive, you know, there are brands out there. So how come you decided that this was the area you wanted to get into?
This is when I met Abby actually. He's, as a software engineer, as a web developer, there's so many things we can do as just as an online business. We don't have to have a store. It's all about branding your products out there and sell the products.
And basically, we're looking to have there's this name Mujza. It's hairdressing. You know, in the UK over there, they've got this weaving and all this. So we want to bring. It's trying to bring that market in Pakistan as well.
Excellent.
So because we've seen like there's the need as well in Pakistan. I know many of Pakistan already have long hair, but there's still a few of them that, of course,
Yeah,
would
no,
need
when
the
your hair
weave.
falls
And
out.
there,
Exactly.
there are a few people who does not really have hair. So
Yes.
Like myself.
like me too as well. But other than that, you know, whenever we talk about entrepreneurship, I think that the idea needs to be very relevant with the masses. You know, that's how you, for example, if you have a brand which really relates to masses, I think that's what you need to think about.
I think when you talk about entrepreneurship, look, there are many job opportunities, all right? But then those job opportunities, they're going to end sometimes. We need to keep creating those opportunities. And there are several ideas out there, okay? And I think at this age, where there's even lesser job opportunities, it's time for youths and guys to actually create opportunities for themselves. And it's not that difficult. I don't think, I know every business needs investment, but I think more than investment needs an idea, needs to drive, okay, inside of you.
Absolutely.
If you've got it inside of you, you know, you've got a good idea, you know, go for it, work day and night, you're gonna get there actually.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you,
excellent.
Shukriya.
Okay, but now tell me, because you guys, you're doing work together, you're doing
Yeah,
businesses
exactly.
together. So how did you come across each other, and how important is it, do you think, in the world of entrepreneurship and business to have this, you know, fellow next to you?
Cross-cultural
Yeah.
Yeah.
collaboration.
For me, when I came to, like when I met Faisal, it was an advantage because he's been to the UK market. I've not seen that. He's experienced the UK market, and it's explained to me what's the opportunity down there in the bread business. So we're just looking up to we set up online, you know, an online store and to sell this bread as well and to introduce like this to the Pakistani market as well.
Okay.
So meeting him was an advantage because I could have his experience, which is shared in UK, okay, and we could have even operate here in Pakistan for the UK market. We're going to target the Dubai market as well, and of course Pakistan as well.
Wonderful.
But I just want to move on to her now.
Andrea.
Now, since you're a tourist, you're visiting from Germany. Tourism these days is quite an idea, and people are developing on those terms as well. For example, even if we talk about CPEC over in Pakistan, we have got 4 economic zones. Now, within those 4 economic zones, we know certainly that these are going to be business hubs. Do you think as a tourist that we can probably come up with an idea which we can share with people? Because even if we listen to Warren Buffett all day long, even if we listen to Mark Zuckerberg, all of these people who have actually done something in their lives, they don't give away the actual idea. They just say, oh, I worked day and night, this is what I did, this is how I saved. And where the idea is, that's something which nobody knows. So can you share an idea about that?
About tourism here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has your experience been? Well, how do you think that,
Very nice.
yeah.
I met very nice people, and everyone was very friendly, and the environment is nice. Although I admit I haven't been up to Gilgit yet,
Okay.
so I want to go.
Yeah, you should definitely go.
yeah.
Okay, so you're here visiting Abiola, correct? So have you seen anything of the working or the business world? Have you seen how many hours are involved in it? Because you've decided to stay in, you know, in working. You're not a business lady.
No,
yourself.
I'm working a business in Germany,
Yeah.
but not here, so
So
I don't
how is
think
the
it's
difference,
comparable.
do you think, over there? Do you think there are any things that we can take from Germany?
Germany?
Well, a lot. we
Maybe
can
the
take a lot from
typical stereotype, like working all the time. But of course, we like to work, but it's not like we love it. So
Okay.
it's just the normal thing we do.
Okay.
And we're
But it's-
definitely going to have a cross-cultural examination of how things might probably be in Germany with businesses and how it may be over here in Pakistan and the hurdles. But right now we need to go for a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Good morning.
is life. Book is hope. And book is light for the future.
Okay, welcome back everyone. And before the break, we have got a show on entrepreneurship where we're talking about people are coming to Pakistan to take not advantage of the country, but to enjoy what talent we have, what materials we have, what resources we have. And you know, there's a lot of market here. There's lots of things that have been untapped within Pakistan.
And since we were talking about being relevant with your idea, so I think we have been joined by somebody who's very relevant these days. Clothing lines are one of those things that everybody wants to do, but not many can do justice with it. But we have been joined by somebody who's an entrepreneur herself. Her name is Miss Afshan Shahid. She's a UK-based Pakistani entrepreneur, and her clothing line is with the name of Lalpur Couture. Thank you very much. Hello, how are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. I'm fine, thank you.
So why Lalpur, first of all? I know that this is a place somewhere near Faisalabad.
Yes, it is. With original name was Lalpur. It's a city there, and because the clothing, you know, textile, it's the Manchester of Pakistan, right? And I've got a clothing line starting from there, because that's where my base is. I'm employing people from all around the villages there to as a social sort of welfare setup as well, and it's what you call it, a manufacturing and designing unit.
Okay, so I certainly want to talk about the type of clothing you're into, because earlier when it was summers, it was all about lawn. Women were going crazy. We have seen them fighting within the shops as well for suits and item numbers and whatnot.
I stayed away
so
from
what
shops.
type of clothing are you working on over here in Pakistan, and for all of those clothes which you're going to export to other countries of the world?
Well, I'm particularly focusing on the British Asian market. And we take our culture with us wherever we go. So we need that. Also, we want to fit in with the environment. So I'm making clothes which are suitable for Asians all over the world. So they can wear them and still feel proud that they're wearing something which can fit in, and particularly in the working environment.
I can be wrong over here. I can be wrong over here, but this is what I want to bring up, and that is that British Asian style of clothing can be very different, because, for example, my khala went to England in 1960 probably, and that was the time when people used to wear bell bottoms and silk suits and whatnot. And they're still wearing the same type of clothes. And even if it's like a British wedding of Asians, so they want bahut bharawa, and you know, you can't even carry the dress. So
no,
isn't it challenging?
It's challenging, but at the same time, there is a market for it. Because of the internet, the media, everybody is kind of in line with what is going on in Pakistan, and they want to stay up to date with the fashions in Pakistan. But realizing that the difference of the seasons and of course the weather, we have to make clothes which are good for European and Western climate.
I just wear a shopping bag if I go to England. It's always raining.
I'm really glad, because when we heard that you were coming as well, I was like, you know, Pakistan, we need to show this, and this is why we're doing this show, to show people as well in England that the fashions are changing, and you know, it's just pockets. It's not everyone like that, so we shouldn't stereotype. Now,
I was just asking.
So Faisal, let's move on to you. You're in hair and cosmetics. So within Pakistan as well, you know, women and men, they really groom themselves. They spend time. They go to the parlors. Parlors are a big culture here. So how are you planning? You know, what kind of idea? You're planning to bring weaves, and that's a very unique idea. But what other ideas are you doing here? Because it's hard to set yourself aside, right?
Yeah, mostly I'm looking to sell European cosmetics more, because European cosmetics suits the Asian skin. Even though I do Afro cosmetics also, which is also, they have big brands. They're also big in the market, but not in Pakistan. But I'm actually going to base myself in Dubai.
Okay.
Right. Like basically,
in the middle.
somewhere in the middle, you know, and basically Mozza is going to be the name we are looking at the moment. And this is what I mean.
Mozza.
Yeah, Mozza. Mozza means miracle.
Yeah,
Magical.
miracle.
Miracle.
Miracle. Okay, nice.
So anyway, so basically,
Try not to swing. Sorry.
so basically we looking to make a new website there and an online business.
Okay.
Give them next day, because at the moment in Dubai, Amazon's really big.
Yes.
Right, they're not letting these little fishes in at the moment.
Yeah.
We're only a little fish there, but after some time, you know, Mozza is going to be in people's heads. And
Okay. Now this question is for Afsha and for Faisal. Now the issue is about when you are bringing products to Pakistan, it's the cost of it, right? So the cost rises a lot, especially for foreign products. And then also, this is for both of you. How are you guys going to manage those costs? Because then that means you're targeting certain segments of the society, right? Or who are you targeting when you think of your ideas of bringing
Because I
this to
can only
Pakistan?
afford a 50 rupees whitening cream. So why do you think I'll be interested in buying a European
Yeah, like-
product?
I think it's for the
Middle and upper.
middle and upper class.
I'm
of
somewhere
course.
in
Yeah.
the lowest class right now.
No, but then that means
I'm not saying that, but the truth is, I think this product, I mean, if you want to take extra care of your hair, you must have something in your belly first. So we'll say it's more for the middle and upper class as
Fair
well.
enough, fair enough. Okay, so how about you, Afshan? Like the cost, like of taking it back. You know how? Because you said this is also a social and
Well, yes, as you know,
drive to.
the production cost is a lot less. That's why we moved here.
Yes.
Right, and so that is included in when we do the pricing, we include the actual taking across as well.
Okay.
So we've got that all sorted out, and that's the reason. I mean, as you know, all over the world, people are manufacturing in the Asian side where the labor is cheaper. It gives them work to do at the same time.
Absolutely. But that's the thing. That's when I guess when that kind of controversy comes in a little bit, because you know, like a lot of international businesses do come to the developing world to take advantage of cheap labor, but don't provide the adequate pay and resources and stuff. So how are you making sure that you know it's not just about saving you money and making you money, it's about giving these people a job as well and creating some sort of sustainable environment?
Well, actually, it's a vocational and training school as well as a manufacturing unit. It's not based just on that. It's the process of teaching somebody how to be financially independent.
Okay.
And I focus mostly on girls from villages who are working in the fields. So they're getting paid a lot better than they would be paying if they were working in the field.
Wonderful.
At the same time, the environment is all you know, it's indoors, the fans are on, the lights are on, it's comfortable, it's secure. What more could they want?
That's wonderful, excellent.
Well, I just very quickly wanted to move on to Abiola over here. And first of all, let us know about dalmarch.com. What's that?
Dalmatch.com. When I came to Pakistan, you know, there are some words that just stick in your head, you know,
Yeah.
like Fatah Jang. You know, I'm just going, I just see Fatah Jang. It just sticks in my head. That was the same thing back 2-3 years ago. Dalmatch just sticks in my head. I think that was back then. I went to ComStat University, and after then I just made a website out of, because I'm in the web development. I've been number of websites for many of my clients as well. So I thought, why not a blogging site? So basically, the idea was to have a democratic website. I made it like a news of the people, by the people, for the people.
Okay, excellent.
So it's like if you go on dalmatch.com, you see different blogs written by different people. Okay, I've got it from different students across Pakistan, different universities in Pakistan as well. So I've got volunteers who write on that as well. I write on that as well sometimes when I get free time.
That is great. But now what I wanted to ask, or where I wanted to lead, was that the cultural practices within Nigeria might be very different than the cultural practices over here, or the religious festivities which we have. They can be very different, right?
Yes, it is
So
actually.
you always have to work your business model alongside the values of the people who you are
think-
targeting.
Yes,
So what are the differences, first of all, and what did you learn when you come to Pakistan that, okay, this is not how it was done in Nigeria, I'll have to deal with it this way?
Yes, and when I came, because I've studied here as well, so it's been a while here. I've learned the language. I've socialized with the people. So I didn't do much business locally. We have done websites for few local clients. Mostly I get, because I started from freelancing basically. I started freelancing, getting projects from clients from UK and different parts of the world. But with Pakistani, yeah, it's good. It's good as well. I've seen that in Pakistan, there are lots of businessmen in Pakistan as compared to Nigeria. But yes, of course, the culture is different. The way you target the market is of course very different as well. And yeah, I've learned a lot as well, I'll say, when it comes to the Pakistan business market and as well as the Nigerian business market. And when you talk about the culture, I just want to point this out that the northern part of Nigeria somewhat has a similar culture with Pakistan.
Wow.
Yeah, like the Kano part, I've seen a lot of similarities within that northern part of Nigeria.
Do
and
people
Pakistan
give
as well.
dowry when they marry their daughters?
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Because, and the good part is this: majority of that part of the northern part is like Muslim dominated. In the northern part of Nigeria, like the Kano, Kaduna, they all we have Muslim majority over there. So they have similarity, over there. In
Okay,
Pakistan.
I'm very sorry to put you guys under the spot, but now what we want
gosh.
you guys to do is, since you guys are entrepreneurs and you're here as experts, so in these last 2 minutes, each one of you have to give away 5 tips, which needs to be very different from each other as well. So just talk to people and tell them, if you want to be a businessman, this is how you
Not
can do
even
it.
5 tips. You can even give 1 or 2 tips. It's absolutely fine.
But it needs to be useful.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, I think if you want to do business, okay, well, first you've got to have it in you. That's one thing. You've got to be willing to give everything. Okay, it's not easy. If it were easy, everyone is going to do business. Okay, you see many people doing job because it's not easy, and it takes a lot of time. Many people put in money in businesses and expect return in the next 2 months, 3 months, and if they don't get the return, they just back out.
Yeah.
Okay, and when they back out, that's the actual time is about to get the return is about to come. For a business, you need to give a good 1 year, 1.5 years. Then you start getting the return. If you back out within this time, you're actually having double loss. Not only are you losing your investment, and you're also losing the possible profit you could get.
Great point. Just don't give up. Just be into it.
Marketing,
Marketing.
strategies,
Yeah, that's true. Marketing is
and
actually
commitment is
Okay.
the way forward.
All right.
Okay.
What about you? Any
you
quick good tip about
Andrew?
business?
Dalmash kom.
excellent.
Reception.
I just say stay focused, don't give up. You're bound to fail at certain things. Just get up and carry on. I've been doing it, and just keep your end of, goal in mind whenever you start up, and keep going back to it even when you come to any type of barriers.
Amazing. I just want to give away as well,
Okay.
and that is that. And this was taught to me by one of my very good friends, Vakar Zaka, as well. He's an entrepreneur. He's a great guy. And whatever I've learned in the TV industry, I think half of it is because of that guy. So what he said was that, for example, all of these people, all of these anchors, all of these actors, they are entrepreneurs too. Because every time they come up with a newer show on any other different channel, this is a new idea. But what he taught me was, wait for 3 months, because it's 46 episodes, which takes for people to recognize any certain program. Just learn it. What he used to say was that do not put more focus on one product only, generate quite a lot of ideas, one failed, move on to the other one.
Yeah, and it also depends how much time you have to do that and finances to do that. But with that, log on to our Facebook fan page,
This is with the name of Well This Morning.
our Twitter page,
Well This Morning without a G.
our Daily Motion YouTube page.
Well This Morning.
Repeat that.
11 p.m.
If you want any information on any of the enterprises or the businesses or the clothes or the hair and cosmetics, that's where you'll get all the information. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
Till the next time, 1, 2, 3, good.